Right. We're up. And that was acdc and Sink the Pink. I'm here with Michael Williams here, by the way, in the Much Music Studios. I forget sometimes, fellas, it just, you know, think big. With Angus Young.
Yeah.
And Brian Johnson. How you doing, Mike?
Fine.
All right, respectively of acdc. Now, you've been on the road touring to support the brand new album, which is entitled Fly on the Wall. The album came out of, to me, it came out of nowhere almost. There was no really big build-up to it, like, let's say, for those about to rock.
Well, I've never been one for razzmatazz.
Just go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Where was the album recorded?
In Montreux, Switzerland. And we usually, they have a Montreux Jazz Festival, and they hold it in a casino each year. And we used that room, big ballroom it was. And they got a studio next door. We didn't use the studio, we just used the facilities. We used the ballroom for the sound.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, who engineered the album this time around?
A guy called Mark Burnley.
In the past, you've used John Mutt Lang.
Yeah.
And a few others, and actually your brother, who is an ex-member of the Easy Beats, depending on if you call it X or not, and he's currently with Flash in the Pan. He worked with you for years. Why did he all of a sudden stop working with you?
He'd done, well, it's 6 albums with us, and a live album, and he just felt it was time we went out and learned a bit ourselves. He wanted us to go and do more for ourselves, because he always said to Malcolm, you could do what I do, quite simply. And Malcolm's always been very good in a studio creating side. Even when we work with like Mutt Langer, everyone said, oh, Mutt Langer produced Back in Black, wrote a Codswallop ruin, because Malcolm sat in on most of it. And any of the songs that people remember on that album, the ones that mean something, are the ones that Malcolm worked on.
Now, with Fly on the Wall, you're sort of taking more of everything in your own hands this time around, and does it feel comfortable? Does it feel good?
Yeah, it's good. We can get up at our own time.
That felt good. It felt like everybody was just having to, not so much you didn't have to work or worry about anybody else, like the lads come in and you just have a good time, but working at the same time, And like Mal and Angus would be sitting there, and they knew what they wanted, and they knew what everybody was capable of, so we just went in and done it. It was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, right from...
All right, now let's take a look at the second video. Actually, no, the first video. The first video was entitled Danger. Okay, let's take a look at it. acdc on the nation's music station, Much Music will Fly on the Wall. Danger. acdc, take it from the LP Fly on the Wall, and Angus Young and Brian Johnson from acdc are in the studio with me. Now let's talk about the lyrics, or the possible censorship of lyrics that's coming up. I mean, the name acdc has been brought up a lot of times down in the States at the hearings that they're having, or the inquest. Yes, and
the Inquisition.
Yeah, the Inquisition on rock lyrics. And of course, acdc's name came up even more so over the last couple of months when the situation in California happened with the person who was doing all sorts of evil and nonsense, and alluded to the fact that I guess it was Night Prowler, was one of his favorite tracks. Okay, so your name came up again with violence in music and all that. How do you feel about the possible censorship of lyrics? Because they will be directing attention at groups like acdc.
I think in one way it's stupid, really, but I mean there's always that mentality from in America. You get that thing where they always want to carve up something, whether it be movies, books, and when it comes to something like us, they just, I know for years, I think it's one special lot, a church, what do you call them?
Moral majority.
Yeah. I mean, they love playing our records backwards, though with us, we just put it straight on the title, Highway to Hell, so there's, I think they don't appreciate our honesty. But when it comes to people like that, the one thing I do get annoyed at is they waste public money by bringing up like senators and people like this. So I wonder where they get the power, you know, the people who vote them in, to vote in such a clown who can sit there and that's all he's got to do all day is sit there and go, oh, you know, I think I'll read some rock lyrics, you know. It's a bit silly when really they should be out there grafting for something else. We're not politicians, we're musicians, you know. And that's what these people ought to stick to, politics, which they do a very rough job of anyhow. And we'll stick to being musicians.
Well, the band, the roots of the band are definitely blues, and we were talking about the blues earlier on. You said you had a few favorite blues guitarists because a lot of people have said acdc is a heavy metal band. I mean, it's steeped in blues, is it not?
I would say
Yeah, we used to, when we first started in clubs and that, we used to take old blues songs, play them as we are, and they just used to come out that way. And I think that's, it's stuck with us all that time, because it's more of a feeling then. It's not just, hey, I'm going to blast your eardrums to death.
And that's the feeling that I got from Back in Black, which is my favorite acdc LP. So at this point, I'm going to thank you, unless you want to play that 5-string guitar over there, because I figured it would be easier with 5. I know it's easier with 5 for me. I mean, I don't know about you.
It's all right, I've only got 4 fingers.
Oh, good, okay. So maybe we'll have you do that in just a moment. But my favorite track is coming up, and I got to say thank you, unless we get you on that guitar, because we're going to have to get out of here. Brian,
pleasure.
All the best, eh?
Thanks, Mike.
And do take care of yourself. And this is acdc, Back in Black, one of my faves on Much Music. Thanks a lot.